So Manchester United have sacked Ruben Amorim as, well, I guess the head coach, which we'll get onto in a minute. First, I just want to say thank you to Ruben Amorim. He wasn't the best manager in the world, not by any means. There's a lot of things I didn't agree with his tactics. There's a lot of things I didn't agree with the players he picked and the system he played. What I will praise the man for is honesty. And in this video, we're going to explore why Ruben Amorim actually got sacked, and it's not for the reasons you think. Where Man United go next, and who they go for next, and I think some of the names are going to be really fun. So this video is going out on the Wednesday of the Monday of the week it had happened. Ruben Amorim has been sacked by Manchester United. It's not a mutual agreement; it's a sacking, and this happened at 10 AM on Monday. So yeah, this is crazy. I think there's a bit of confusion as to why Ruben Amorim was actually sacked from the football club, and it's got nothing to do with his results. It's got nothing to do with the fact he won't play Kobbie Mainoo. It's got nothing to do with the 3-4-3. It's got everything to do with these owners and their ego. The Glazers for many years have poisoned this football club that you and I hopefully love, and it is in a sad state. So sad, in fact, we've had to bring in another parent company to manage it, and they have no idea what they're doing. Ineos have been here like a year and a half, 2 years. They've sacked 2 managers, they've spent over £500 million, and we're back at square one. Now tell me that's how you run a football club, that's how you run a business. It's not, it's terrible. And the reason Ruben Amorim was sacked on Monday is simply because after the Leeds game, he basically called out the club and said, I want to be the manager, I don't want to be a head coach. Basically saying he wants charge of like the transfers and stuff. Basically saying he's not getting any transfers in January, which is a joke when we've had injuries to Bruno, and he's mainly been injured. He's not in favour as well. We've obviously had Burma and Ahmad and Mazraoui all going to AFCON. Do you not even get someone on loan when we're playing, no offence, Jack Fletcher in midfield? Is a joke. It's a joke, and he shouldn't have to play midfield. And when he's been playing Jack Fletcher, he's not been very good. But I don't blame Jack Fletcher for that. He's not ready. We live in a world in 2026 where you can't speak your mind, and it's unfortunate, really, how the world has descended. Ruben Amorim basically calling out the club, saying he wants transfers, he wants more control, and what does he do? He gets sacked the next morning. There's one thing we can take away from this moment. Is Ineos cannot be trusted. They said they would give Ruben Amorim 3 to 4 years, and 4 months later they sacked him. They stuck with Erik ten Hag when he was the manager in that summer transfer window and said he was their guy. He gave him 2 months, and then they sacked him. Loads of things have come out now with this current transfer, the previous transfer window, where we bought Benjamin Sesko, and Ruben Amorim wanted the experience in Ollie Watkins, which at the time I agreed with. He also wanted Emi Martinez instead of Lemons, which, I mean, Lemons has done pretty well, to be fair. But again, he wanted the experienced goalkeeper where he had De Gea before. Well, obviously Amorim didn't have De Gea before, but he wanted that type of profile that could just come in and do well straight away. And fair play to Lemens, he's done really well. He's been one of the few shining lights of this season. Obviously Onana was terrible, so he wanted experienced goal, and he didn't get that either. Now, I'm pretty sure he probably wanted Burmo because he's got Premier League experience, and Cunha. Obviously he brought Dorgu in, which has been very hit and miss. And I'm also very aware that the way they worked, Amorim and Ineos worked, is that it was a collective decision. Whoever outvoted who, that's what they went with. Again, is that how you run a football club? Not in my opinion. But on Monday, Ruben Amorim basically just called out the shit. He said that they're shit, and they got rid of him. And people can agree with that, people can disagree. I've seen a lot of mixed things online. The way I see it is, I think he should have been going anyways, because his performances and the results were not good enough. I know we're 6th place. I know we're like 3 or 4 points off the top 4, but context is key. And the teams we've been playing against are not getting points. We dropped points to West Ham, Nottingham Forest, Wolves, Leeds the other day. That's like 4 or 5 of the bottom 5. That's not good enough. I also think Ruben Amorim's been very, stubborn in the way he wants to play. He doesn't really want to switch systems. But can you blame the man when you hire a 3-4-3 coach and he plays 3-4-3? Let the man do it. Don't moan at him. This is what I'm saying. And this is where I don't think these people actually know what they're doing. Jason Wilcox, Omar Barada, Jim Radcliffe, Vivell, none of them know what they're doing. Just remembered another lie. Dan Ashworth, the best. We've got Dan Ashworth. He's the best sporting director there is in football. 6 months later, sacked. They're liars. These lots are liars, and I will never ever trust these owners. I mean, I haven't for very, very many years now. But it's just getting worse. And, you know, one thing I will give Ruben Amorim is he was honest with everyone from day one. He came in and he said, this is wrong, I'm going to play my way. I'm going to do what I want to do, and he stuck to it, and I give respect to that man, and I hope he enjoys his money. He's to blame. You know, I think the treatment of Manu, I understand if you don't fancy a player, you know, you're not going to play them, but Manu definitely should have got more minutes. Some of the favouritism with Bruno Fernandes always playing in a pivot, which doesn't work. The low favouritism, in my opinion. We beat Newcastle playing 4 at the back, and then against Wolves we played 5 at the back and put Dorgu back on the left when he was really good on the right in the last game. Like, silly things like that. Win percentage of 39% is a joke for a Manchester United manager. He will go down as probably statistically the worst Manchester United manager in history. And that is on him. That is on him, you know. Jim Radcliffe, they don't manage the team. They don't pick the team, unlike Chelsea. So Ruben Amorim has to take a lot of blame for where we're at. Saying that, we're 6th in the league, and we're 4 points off 4th. So, yeah, it's very mixed opinions. Personally, I was under the thing of if he was gone, I wasn't too bothered. But now it's about who we bring in, and this is where it goes to the shitter. So Darren Fletcher has taken over for tonight's game against Burnley. I believe he's also in the dugout with Johnny Evans. Johnny Evans, the guy who's never had a coaching job in his life, and Darren Fletcher, who for some reason at this club has been here for God knows how long in the last 10 years, going from sporting director to director of football to under 18s manager, and now he's the interim manager. Like, I don't understand, like, what is his role? Is he just here? Like, he just always seems to be around, Darren Fletcher. But that's for like the next 1 or 2 games. Who do I see in the next 6 months? It looks like Manchester United are going to go for an interim. It's going to be Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. It might be Michael Carrick as well. I think it will be Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, which I'm very mixed about. I love Ole. I think everyone loves Ole. What he did for Manchester United in terms of bringing back the good times, as everyone likes to call it. I respect Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I don't think he's a good manager. I think he's a very, very good manager. He doesn't even care about the money, apparently, so that's nice of him. And like I said, I think Michael Carrick will come in as his assistant. Michael Carrick, I think, is a better manager than Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Obviously, got sacked from Middlesbrough, but he was doing well at Middlesbrough for a pretty decent amount of time. So it'll be them two to the end of the season, and I think after the World Cup is when we'll find out who we're getting. And I'd like you to all brace yourself, because I know who it's going to be. It's going to be Gareth Southgate, isn't it? It's going to be Gareth bloody Southgate. We know before Amorim, Radcliffe wanted Southgate. Yeah? I think Wilcox, they wanted Southgate. It's going to be Southgate. Some of the other options, Enzo Maresca. I wouldn't mind Enzo Maresca, but I think it's a bit reactionary. Obviously, that wasn't planned for at all. Decent manager. Is he anything special? In my opinion, no. He'll probably wait for the Man City job anyways. People say Xavi, no. Oliver Glasner, to me, you're just going for the same thing you've already just got rid of if you do that, which is the 3-4-3 wing-back coach. And I personally never thought we had the players to play like that. The manager I would wait for in the summer is Luis Enrique. He's just rejected a contract proposal from PSG. He's one of the best managers in the world. He wants a new challenge. Premier League, biggest club in the world, Man United. Oh, Mike. I'm dreaming when I say that, aren't I? I'm dreaming, because that's never going to happen. Why would a competent, smart manager come to this football club? They wouldn't. He's not going to be in control of the transfers, probably. So, you know, Man United are never going to have a manager ever again, in my opinion. They'll have head coaches, and I think all that will happen now is a coach will come in to coach the team, and the board will deal with the transfers and, you know, who they think they should bring in what position. I think the days of having a manager like Sir Alex is done. So, a bit sad there. But yes, like I said, Luis Enrique to me would be the dream. He would be the dream. But Man United fans, we dream a lot, and they never come true. It's difficult to see a way back for Manchester United at this point. I think we'll have the next 5-6 months of just vibes with Ole. It'll be fun, because everyone loves Ole. If they give Ole the permanent job, I'm going to pull my fucking hair out, because I've been here, I've seen this before, And I will not be jumping on the Ollie bandwagon if he wins 5-6 games in a row. It will not be happening. In terms of who's coming in next, does it really matter? Does it? Does it really matter? I think we're going to be back here in 18 months' time talking about who's coming in after the next manager. No, I think the players have to take a lot of stick. You know, some of these players, I mean, Luke Shaw's had 6 managers. Bruno Fernandes has had 4. Delo's had 5. You know, I think Harry Maguire's had 3 or 4. Like, I don't know, Harry Maguire's been injured, but the others haven't. And they have survived all of this. Yeah, and I like Bruno. Yeah, and I think Luke Shaw on his day is a good left back. Delo's not a terrible squad player in my opinion. I thought we were finally going in the right direction. Getting rid of Anthony, Rashford, Sancho, Garnacho, that little rat. And I think we are. But something's not clicking because the players we're bringing in are doing okay, but not very well. And some of the other players we've still got, I mean, I'm not going to call them out individually because I'll probably do a separate video of who I would keep and sell at this football club. Majority are in sell because, you know, we've seen, like tonight against Burnley, I think we'll win 3 or 4-0. We'll probably play really good football. Why do you think that is? We all know why that is, yeah? We all know why that is. Why people are back from injury all of a sudden. Yeah, so, look, the club's a joke. And I thought the Europa League final at Tottenham was going to be the lowest of the low. But here we are, not very far afterwards, talking about this. So, yeah, it's a shock that Ruben Amorim's gone. It's probably the right decision. I wish they made it for footballing reasons and not because they basically called them all idiots, but here we are. Let me know down in the comments where you think Man United should go next and who we should sign as the new manager. And if you want to see more football content on this channel, leave a like on the video. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video very soon. Take care and peace.